Welcome all as we congregate to the greatest toy line community, ever growing, ever changing. As we collect and adapt these figures to our own imaginations and embrace the fun, there's much to learn, especially if you're new to Mythics. Hello and welcome to another episode of New to Mythics. I am your host, Schmerbenbergers. I've got a really exciting episode or episodes. We'll see how it goes. Me and the guest think that it will be a two-parter, and I tend to agree. I'm rather long-winded, and I can talk. And my man here is definitely very articulate. So this person, and I'll have him tell the story, but reached out to me out of the blue with an idea, and I'm like, yes. He's like, I got an idea, Greg, and I'm like, yes, let's do this. So as you can see, the name of the episode is episode 73 with Michael Casper, version 2 talk, and that's kind of doesn't really say much, but it kind of gives you an idea. But without further ado, I'm going to introduce my buddy Mike. Welcome, Mike, to the stage, to the show.
Thank
you.
How are you? I'm doing great, man. I am doing great. And Greg, I want to thank you for agreeing to this and having me on New to Mythics again. And I cannot express enough how much I love the show. And I love what you do inside the community, especially this YouTube stuff. It helps me when I'm on my downtime. Mm-hmm. I'll play, the YouTube content that you have, other people have. Well, I'm having some downtime away from work and doing, the chores around the house because that needs done. And it's not like I have a ton of downtime, but as we know, in 6 months here, I'm going to have nothing but downtime.
Yes.
And that's going to be nice.
I'm going to help you fill that. I'm going to help you fill some of it.
Thank you. And I know I've been distant or I've been absent a lot the last 3 years with the community. I've tried to, the lair's been going because of Brad Jones, not because of Mike Casper. Brad has taken that mantle up. Otherwise, because I just haven't had the time.
Right.
So I am going to get very involved next May, April, May-ish with the community. So you guys will be seeing a lot more of the Emir in the community.
I can't wait.
In the near future. But I came to you, Greg.
Yes.
We had the Legacies drop, which I've been waiting for. Probably my most anticipated thing in this line since I knew Rising Suns was going to be revealed at G-Con. And we know why I love Rising Suns. We know why I love the Sons of the Red Star because of Scapular, the Crypt Breaker, my favorite. He's not only my favorite character in Legions, he's my favorite IP character, believe it or not. So for this to kind of take the mantle from that is huge. So we are talking about Mythos or Legacies of Mythos. And I came up with the idea when I saw it dropped that wouldn't it be cool to have a show where we go through all the figures and decide what would be a good figure to throw into Legacies? And I knew we couldn't do it on the lair because our shows are booked throughout.
Right.
So I reached out to you. pitched the idea, and you were like, "Bring it on!"
Yes, absolutely.
We're excited. So I guess let's talk about, first off, our first two legacy figures were
Yes.
dropped just a week ago, and they are shipping now. We have Otho and Urzok.
Amazing, amazing characters. I wanted to ask you right off the bat. So when they presented Rising Suns and they had the new Atlas, like, did you think automatically, like before they made the announcement, Otho is coming?
When they did what, last G-Con?
Or when they announced the Rising Suns and who is going to be in that? Like,
Well,
is there
the Rising Suns was 2 years ago, and when I knew Otho wasn't going to be in the Rising Suns because he's a Leodicius character.
Okay.
And I knew the Rising Suns was going to deal with mainly House of the Noble Bear versus Sons of the Red Star.
Okay.
So move up to last year's G-Con, I had a really good feeling that one of their heavy hitters, I knew they had to throw the dragon out, but I really, really had a feeling that they were going to kind of tease Otho to us, and that's what we got. But I didn't realize they were going to take All Stars into this way, and I couldn't be any more thrilled.
Why do you think that they chose to make a whole new toy line? Is it kind of like a way to do reissues or like better versions to look back at?
So you have to look at everything the company does, the studio does. We have to look at it. You have to look at it from a business sense. So when it came to All Stars, they would have All Star waves, but they weren't the best selling waves because they were older figures and people just wanted one of them. Some people already had them. They just didn't sell well. But if you take those older figures and you do a version 2 of them, suddenly it's a brand new figure, even though it's an homage to the old figure, and everybody wants it, and it's going to sell like hotcakes. And we saw that from was it Saturday or Friday? When did they do the in-stock drop on this? It's one of the days.
I thought it was Monday morning.
Or Monday, yes. Monday morning. 4 hours. They're in-stock gone. I couldn't have been more thrilled with that, because you know what that's going to mean? That's going to mean they know they developed the right move for All Stars by taking it into version 2s. And with it selling that fast, we're going to see more, and we're going to see more. And this subline of Mythic Legions should be healthy right from the get-go.
Right. Because you have you've got the old fans who might already have Otho, but you also have the newer fans that can't afford or can't find an Otho. So you're appeasing both by giving the old fans something new or a new take on an old character, and giving the new fans that option to be able to have a part of the figure history.
Yes, and you're always going to have the old debate. Oh, no, if you're coming out with All Stars, the price of my figure that I already have, I was in the line a long time ago, and the price of it goes down. Or if you're making a version 2, the price of my old figure goes down. This hobby, if you're in it to make money, I think you're missing the point.
Right. I agree.
You're in this for a hobby to have fun. And I think what they're doing with Legacies is absolutely amazing because you give that newer version of the figure to the person who already has the old figure. He puts that up on his shelf with the old figure. Boom. That is some shelf presence there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh my God. All mine down there are with their older counterpart, and they look fantastic. Couldn't be happier. And then the newer people who don't want to pay $600, $700 for an Otho. God knows they don't want to pay $1,000 for an Unkin, stuff like that.
Right.
Okay. Now they get the newer version, the better version for $50. In this case, $55.
Yeah.
So everybody wins. Everybody wins.
No, I agree. And I was kind of secretly hoping that they would do like a 2-pack of a reissue of the original Otho and the version 2 Otho that you can buy, you know, or like a Legion's Con exclusive where we have the old and the new, so that they're capitalizing on, you know, selling the old figure again to appease the people that can't afford it. You know, they're making money that way instead of the secondary market. And then they have a version 2 for the people that have.
Greg, I don't see that ever happening. They just really want to get away from the reissues of All Stars. I mean, because if they would do that, they're, you know, they just don't sell that well.
Yeah.
It's almost, they can use that time and effort for another newer item that is going to move their business forward.
Right.
And make us, you know, happy as hell.
Yeah. I could see it as a niche, you know, like a small amount of us, like people like me. Like I love the reissue mystery boxes because it gave me an opportunity not to catch up, but at least to get some figures that were otherwise unattainable at a standard, you know, price. So that to me was awesome.
And we do know the best advice for all the new people coming in: do not look backwards, look forward.
Right.
Get figures now on up.
Yeah.
It's just the way to go. This line is so good. These figures are so good that no matter when you start into it, you're going to be happy with what's on your shelf and what you get. Right there, the Silver Knight.
Silver Knight is just
Silver Knight 2.
Perfect figure, in my opinion. So good. So tell me how you've got this. You put a lot of thought into it. You've got structure.
Let's do this. So I want to let people know right now, this is not going to be a wish list that Mike Casper wants or Greg Schmerber wants. It's not going to be that. What it is going to be is basically, it is going to be the figures that we feel, or I suppose me more.
Yes.
That I feel the studio has the best chances of making. And that's going to be based on 3 main criteria that I looked at. The first one is the figure must have a major significance or importance to the overall lore or story arc. That's number 1. Number 2, the figure was never issued in an All-Stars wave. Number 3, the figure would benefit greatly from an upgraded look, or we know that figure was a disappointment to the creator and that he wants to make a new one. So those are the 3 criteria. Now, all the figures we pick aren't going to hit all 3 criterias. Okay. They might hit 1, they might hit 2, they might hit 3. I just feel that if the more criterias they hit, the more chance they have.
Right. You get that sweet spot of
to make them into a version 2 and place them into Legacies. So we're looking, Greg, at Soul Spiller's wave on to the beginning. So basically what we're going to be looking at is we're going to be looking at Mythic Legions 1.0, Aetheron's Dozen, Mythic Legions 1.5, Covenant of Shadow, Mythic Legions 2.0, or better, it's known as Advent of Decay, Colosseum wave, and the Soul Spiller wave. Those waves go way back to where I feel these figures do have a legitimate shot for the studio to make into V2s or Legacies. I think any wave, Siege of Bjorngar on up, they're a little too new for them to do. Doesn't mean that these newer waves won't start making it into Legacies, but we're talking about the here and now. So if people at home, if you have your cell phones, go to sourcehorseman.com right now. Greg has pulled up sourcehorseman.com, Mythic Legions, and he has the wave page pulled up.
Right.
So if you go to that, you are going to have exactly what we have on the screen up. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with Mythic Legions 1.0.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
34 figures.
34 figures. And the first one we have popping up, we're just going to take them alphabetically.
Okay.
The first figure we have up is Asterion. Now, Asterion, I can tell you right now, yes. And it's not, if the studio makes it, I believe the studio will make Asterion into a version 2. So they most likely, I envision them going with a brute scale, making the Minotaurs a little bit bigger, a brute scale figure. Now, Torion, he, out of my criteria list, he only hits one criteria, and that is number 3. He would benefit from a better look, an upgraded look. Because as we know, he's already been made into All-Stars 1.
Right.
The first All-Stars wave, so he already has that. And I don't believe Asterion necessarily is a major player in the lore, per se. He's a major player definitely within the flock, but not within the lore. But he is a fan favorite that could use an upgrade, especially with the brute scale. And so I'm not only saying he could be made.
Okay.
I think he is definitely going to be made. Greg, what do you think of this?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I can definitely see that they only had so many parts to create new characters. So there's a lot of reuse in this figure. But I think with all the parts that we have nowadays, I think it would be a fantastic brute scale figure for sure. Definitely.
Yeah, and just to have the Minotaurs, because we're going to be talking about another Minotaur too, down the ways a little bit in another wave, but just to have them stand a little bit bigger than the normal figures just seems right to me.
Yes, totally agree.
Yeah, so we go on to the next figure, Attila Leosir. And Attila got his V2. It's already set. He has his V2. In fact, they should have on that screen his version 2 also. I wonder why they don't even, they should have it up there. Or is that's the V1?
That's V1, yeah.
That's V1. But they meet. Let's see if we can't find. Go down. Let's see if we can't find. Oh no!
They're going by wave.
we're going by wave.
Yeah.
So he does have the V2 version made. It came out in the game pack. He was in a double packed figure with Gorgo Aetherblade. But Attila, I mean, he hits everything. Of course, that's why they made him.
Right.
I mean, he is huge when it comes to the importance of the lore.
Mm-hmm.
And looking at that figure there, he definitely, for his importance, needed that upgrade.
Yes, absolutely.
And
totally agree.
The same is going to go for the next guy we have on the list, and that is Atlas the Conqueror. Mm-hmm. I mean, we can say the exact same thing about him.
Right.
They already made his V2 figure. Looks amazing because this figure needed an upgraded look. The importance to the story, I'll let you know right now that I believe from everything I've watched that Atlas the Conqueror is the most important character in all of Mythic Legion.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe I heard that at one point. So, of course, he needed a V2, and they gave him to us. So couldn't be happier with the look of that one.
Absolutely.
Huge fan. I'm a huge fan of this one. What about you, Greg?
Oh, yeah. Fantastic. I think both versions are amazing figures. And the head sculpt, even this older head sculpt, it's still, I mean, them reissuing the head sculpt in that 2-pack, or the Gaspar and the Garwich, just is a testament to how good that head sculpt still is. I'm looking at it right now. It's fantastic.
Oh yeah. It's almost like the scapular, the old scapular head.
Classic.
Yes. Those they just look so good. And the newer ones, you would think you couldn't improve on those two. The newer ones look fantastic.
Oh man, for sure.
Now I gotta tell you, Greg, I'm not a big fan of Attila.
Okay.
I've never been a big fan of his lore, a big fan of, well, I love the lore, but him as a character.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been a big fan of Atlas. Now his version 2, Attila's version 2 is pretty badass.
Mm-hmm.
So
definitely, I agree.
And then next we have the Banana Demon Azar.
Banana Demon.
So this is our next figure. Will he? Yes. I believe at some point they could make him. Yes. And do I think they will make him for sure? I can't say that. Mm-hmm. But I do believe he's very important to the lore. Azar Zazar are very important because they combine together to make Azahazar.
Right.
And they absolutely, they have Factor 2. They've already been an all-star. Mm-hmm. But Factor 3, they need horribly bad an upgraded look.
Yes.
The demons need an upgraded look.
They do.
Instead of just having basic armor on. That's the biggest factor why I believe Azar needs a V2.
Yeah, I definitely think that both demons would definitely benefit from an upgrade for sure. Whether it happens or not, I don't know, but it would definitely benefit this character, both characters, actually, to have an upgraded figure.
Yeah. Now we go down to Gorgo Aetherblade because I'm sorry, the Barbarian Builder, the Bog Goblin, Bothor Shadowhorn. I mean, we can go through these. The Bronze Dwarf, Carpathius, Clavian, the Gold Knight, and go on down there. the gold skeleton. All those, I do not believe they will even be considered for a version 2.
I
Now,
agree.
you could say, well, what about Carpathius? They have too many really good vampires out there already to really give Carpathius a version 2. Calavian, I don't see that, maybe in the future, but out of that list right there, I don't see it happening. You're sure not going to get. I don't think Legion builders are going to be high on their list for version 2.
Yeah, I think Legacies is going to be a special line. So I think third-rate characters, and I don't mean that in a derogatory sense, or characters that are not heavy hitters, main characters. I think they're definitely not going to make the list. And I agree with you on Legion builders. We might see a Gold Knight version 3 one day, but I don't think it would be labeled as a legacy figure.
Yeah. I definitely agree with you there. Do not see it happening. But Gorgo Aetherblade, it did happen.
Yeah.
And of course, he was in the 2-pack with Attila for the video game Kickstarter. Now, Gorgo, massive importance to the lore, the story arc. And of course, we got the version 2 figure. He did. Now I'm trying to think. Did Gorgo? No. Gorgo never had a. Yeah, Gorgo never had a version 2, or I'm sorry, an All-Stars release. Never did. And Gorgo would definitely benefit from an upgrade to the original armor.
I agree.
So all 3 of the factors existed with Gorgo, and they gave him the version 2.
I agree.
Yep, and what a great character. I mean, he's the first evil knight we got, basically.
And very iconic looking, kind of, I'm not going to say Darth Vader-ish. He's more like a samurai looking character, but he's got that presence of a true villain. So I think they did a great job with the parts that they had, for sure.
Now we go on next to Jorun Runeshaper. Now, all the dwarfs, the kings under the mountain, are going to be very happy with me here.
Yes.
Because I do believe they are going to make Jorun into a version 2 based on he is a wizard in armor.
Right.
It doesn't look very wizard-like, so he is desperately in need of an upgrade.
Yes.
The dwarven wizard. Desperately.
So how do you think they would do it, though, Mike? How do you think that they would
what? I think I think what the studio would do, obviously they will honor the colors.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what they would do is make him soft goods with armor over the soft goods.
Mm-hmm.
You would have the pauldrons over the soft goods.
Right.
You would have soft goods in a way that shows armor showing through the
leather armor. It doesn't have to be metal plate armor.
They are so good at honoring the old figures that I think that's the way that they would take Jorun. Definitely. Now
they would keep him still armored up.
Yeah. Now Jorun did have a version 2 made, if I'm correct.
Really?
Stars 2 or no?
We can check that real quick.
Let's check. God, I don't know.
And if they did they improve upon it? So All-Stars 2?
All-Stars 2. I thought Jorun came out in All-Stars 2. Yep, right there. Yep. Yeah. So he's had that one. I don't believe he's mega important to the story. So it's definitely here. It's hitting with factor 3, where he really needs the upgraded look because he's a wizard not a knight.
Now, do you think? I mean, they try to pay service to all the fans. Do you think that Jarun would be the dwarf that they would choose if they were going to make a dwarf in Legacies, which I know they will at some point?
Oh,
Do you
they're
think
gonna,
Jarun
yeah.
would be
We're gonna get to the dwarf. That's my first pick for the
okay?
very
Okay,
first dwarf that's
fair
gonna
enough.
be Legacies,
Okay,
and it is not Jorun Runeshaper.
let me get back to wave one as we're trucking along here.
Now,
We're on to
the next one is probably the figure that needs a version 2 most, and that is Malleus.
yes,
Malleus, for his importance in the lore, is so basic it isn't funny.
it's a crime,
Yes, he
but
is
it's still a good figure.
he is a child of Necronominus.
Yeah,
He is going to get a version 2.
there's no
You
way
can
he's
count
not.
on it. So when I said Asterion was going to get bank on it, Asterion's going to get a V2, you can bank on Malleus getting a V2. It is going to happen.
Yes, I totally 100% agree.
Yes. So he hits on 1, importance to the lore. He hits on 3, probably needs an upgraded look more than anybody.
Yes, absolutely.
And of course, we did get him in All-Stars 3, so he doesn't hit on factor 2.
Incidentally, that was my first Mythic figure.
No kidding. Well, tell us, what did you think when you opened him?
I thought it was rad. I mean, it wasn't my thing. I'm more of a knight guy, but I thought it was a super cool figure, and it piqued my interest enough to do some research on my own and take the plunge. So I'm grateful to that my friend that suggested it and Malleus. So he's got a spot. He's got a soft spot in my heart.
Yeah.
So we're going to jump over this Legion builder.
Yeah, because he's a Legion builder. He's not going to be made into a V2. I mean, we can agree on that. Orange Steelhide, I believe, will not. I believe there is better dwarfs to make into. He doesn't hit on importance in the lore. Okay. He already had a version 2. So, and I believe that was in All-Stars 2. No, he was in All-Stars 1 because he was an under-ordered figure.
Yeah.
And he could use an upgrade with the newer parts and all that. I just don't think. I think there's more important dwarfs that they can focus on.
It's kind of a filler figure, even though it's named.
Now, hopefully, your show doesn't get hate mail from the Kings Under the Mountain.
I'm friends enough that I don't think they would do that. You know, we love the dwarves, so we're just telling it what we think. You know what the studio might decide. We're just speculating on studios. You know what they might do.
Now the next is going to be Otho, and as we know, we just got Otho, and we're all going to have it in our hands pretty soon. Some people already have Otho in their hands, and you can see by looking at this figure and looking at the new figure the difference.
Yes.
Right here's where we really can see, Greg, the possibilities of version 2. You can just it's just amazing the upgrade.
How far it's come. Yeah, how far the studio has come.
Yeah.
Between
comparing shields.
Yeah.
Comparing soft goods to no soft goods. Comparing the multiple heads you get. The different heads. The newer armor. I mean, from head to the axe. Look at the difference in the axe.
Yeah.
I got to tell you that that axe right there was always something in Mythic Legions that I never cared for.
Mm-hmm.
It was just too big. I always had it as one-sided.
Mm-hmm.
I never really cared for that. But it shows the potential.
Right.
Otho and Urzok shows the potential of what
Absolutely.
the Legacies is going to bring to Mythic Legions. Silver Dwarf is a Legion builder. We can skip him. A Silver Knight Legion builder. Sir Galaron, I am going to say at this point, out of all the knights, he has the best chance to
Really?
become a version 2. And this is why I say that. Okay. He's not mega important to the lore. So factor 1 isn't there.
Okay.
But he does have factor 2. He's never been made into a version 2.
Mm-hmm.
He's a rare figure. And
Right.
he he is so utterly plain. You could mistake him for a Legion builder.
Yes.
That he could really, really benefit from a version 2.
Absolutely. How do you think that they would go about upgrading this guy?
Oh, well, I mean, you would have I don't know if they would give him soft goods or not, because to me it looks like he would be a fully armored.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, when it comes to Legacy, they're throwing out new parts in these things too.
Right.
So it's Eric's oyster. You know, he can dive into it and make him anything he wants. Now, in the lore, he's a spearman, so I do believe he'll come with a kick-ass spear.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's the one scapular comes with the newly constructed one or a new one, who knows? But I do believe Galaron, out of all the knights, is probably going to hit the version 2.
Okay. I would love to see that. Definitely needs an upgrade.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We did get one for Sir Gideon Heaven's Brand. And Sir Gideon came out, of course, in the Necronominus wave. And Gideon, I would say, was the first version 2 that started to change my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was really nostalgic for the older figures. But once you see Sir Gideon Heaven's Brand 2,
yes,
it's like, oh my God.
Beautiful figure.
Wow. Yeah, it started to change my mind to where I was going, maybe version 2s will be cool.
Mm-hmm.
And just night and day from the first one. And the first one is so nostalgic. Of course, Gideon hits factor 1. Very important to the lore.
Yes.
One of the most important characters to the lore. Number 2, he doesn't hit because he was an all-star way back in All-Stars 1. But he definitely hits number 3. And we see that with the upgrade that they made from version 1 to version 2.
Right.
So, yeah, just a great figure. And I know Bill Dranowski, if everybody should know who Bill is.
Of course.
He is the Dork Lair, does the fantastic reviews. He is over the moon for the new Sir Gideon Heaven's Brand figure.
Yes.
And I see why. He's incredible.
It's a lot of people's favorite. Joe G, that's his favorite all-time figure, is version 2 of Sir Gideon.
Now, let me ask you something, Greg.
Sure.
So you're newer to the line than I am. When did you start deciding maybe version 2s will be cool over the original figures? Or were you always just like, I'm in on version 2s?
I love both. I don't have I don't have that perspective of being an original owner of the first wave or anything like that. I'm kind of one of those people that if it's cool, I like it, I'll buy it. Um, I appreciate and love the original versions as much as I love and appreciate the new ones. I think the Scapular version 1, and not just because you're on the show, Scapular version 1 is one of my all-time favorite figures. It's just, and I can't really quantify, I can't really explain what it is. I mean, the parts on his outfit are in many of the first wave figures. You know, the cloth chest piece and the loin, whatever it's called, the loincloth. Sorry, but for some reason that head and the colors, they all just come together with the spear and the shield. It's fantastic. So I love this line so much that I don't mind version 2s. I don't mind version 3s. Like, give me all of Eric Treadaway's visions. Like, he could keep making keep making versions of figures, and I'll be there because he just makes them cool and upgrades them. If we loved his first vision of wave 1, I'm gonna love the newest version of that same character just as much, if not more.
Nice.
So I'm there for all of it.
Nice. Well, going back to wave 1, so moving on to Sir Ignatius, I do not believe we will ever see a upgraded version of Sir Ignatius.
Really? You don't think so?
I don't think so, because he's been in 2 All-Star waves.
Mm-hmm.
So he has the double whammy there. He's not important to the lore, not mega important to the lore. And I think they hit a home run with his fluorescent color.
Mm-hmm.
And all. I think he's one of the figures from the 1.0 wave that stands out. I mean, is gorgeous. Yes. A gorgeous, gorgeous figure. And you got to remember, we have to still have figures with the old parts on it.
Right.
If we change all the figures to new parts, then we have no figures with the old parts.
Right.
Yeah. So I think they're going to leave him alone.
Now, let me ask you something. And this is something that you kind of got me thinking about. What if they open Legacies up to more than just the characters that they've made so far? What if they have Legacies could be, characters that we haven't received before?
I don't think that's what the line's intended for. I think characters we haven't got yet will come out just under the Mythic Legions brand in new waves. This strictly is Legacies of Mythos is strictly version 2s of already made characters. So yeah, to answer your question, I'm almost positive that's what they're doing with this line.
Because I was thinking, like say Sir Ignatius, it could be that, in the books that they're creating, certain characters could have a bigger part than we realize. So it might be in the future, they'll say, hey, in this part of this story, Sir Ignatius has a bigger part than we realize that has been just recently revealed to us. So now we're going to have him, since we know him more now because he was in this new part of the story, we're going to have him as a legacy character.
Yeah, I could see that. Absolutely. He's still an older figure that they could put into the Legacies line. Oh, absolutely. And we haven't got the lore book in hand yet.
Right.
So we don't know what Jeremy has penned for each of the characters. Absolutely, Greg. Absolutely.
I think this legacy line kind of gives them a way to look back, but also give us new stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's a way of embracing the history of these amazing first figures that we're looking at now. but also, making them better, improving and giving better
Absolutely.
versions.
Yep, absolutely agree. It is an amazing subline of Mythic Legions.
Great idea. What an idea.
Oh, God, yes. To transfer it from All Stars to this, they know what they're doing. I mean, you know what? I can sing the praises of the studio all day long. They know what they're doing, and they always give us what we want, even when we don't know that's what we want.
There's some smart cookies for sure.
It's not only a studio that we give our money to for a hobby, they're our friends.
Yes.
It's just
absolutely.
So
friends making some great stuff.
Absolutely. So who do we have next?
Sir Owain is our next guy here.
Yeah, Sir Owain, I do not see at all.
I agree.
Becoming one. He doesn't hit the importance in the lore. He did receive an All-Stars 2, or I'm sorry, All-Stars, I got to think. Boy, this is hard here. I don't know. All-Stars 5?
Yeah, one of those later All-Stars, I think 4 or 5 maybe.
All-Stars 4 maybe.
You want me to check? Or you
No, we don't have to. We don't have to check. We know he was in All-Stars. But I don't necessarily know that he needs an upgrade because of what we said before. We still need characters with the old style armor on.
Right.
And I think if you're going to redo Galaron, we shouldn't have to really focus on a lot of the lesser knights.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So can you pull the Source Horseman back up?
Sure.
Yeah, because that's going to help me go through the list here.
Is this what you wanted to see?
I haven't got anything on the screen as of yet. I just see you and I.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were looking at it. I apologize.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay, so next we're on.
Next we go to, let's see.
Valgard.
Okay, so no to Sir Valgard, and here's the reason why.
Okay.
He was the original Kickstarter exclusive. They said in no way, shape, and form would they ever reproduce him. So I do believe they are going to honor that even with a version 2. And that's as bluntly as I can put it. I don't see them ever messing with Sir Valgard because they want to honor what they told the people who bought the first Kickstarter, that they were going to make this figure exclusive.
So not even a legacy, you think?
I don't think as a company they even want to go there.
Yeah.
They are so good to us fans. I cannot see them doing that and kind of taking away from this figure that they promised as being exclusive.
Okay.
Yeah. This is one I
respect this for sure.
Say there's no way. I know the studio well enough that I cannot see that happening.
Okay.
Not see it. Oh my God, the next one. I'll be still
right here. Just talking about this guy.
This character. Oh my God. Okay, so we were talking about this guy. I didn't chime in, but I'm going to chime in now.
Chime away.
I believe a lot of people love this character simply because it takes them straight back to Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
Out of any character in Mythic Legions, Scapular the Crypt Breaker takes all of us 40s and 50-year-old men straight back to the 80s D&D.
Yes.
And I do believe that is where everybody just falls in love with Scapular. Now, for me, I wasn't necessarily big into D&D, but Scapular with the helm does harken back to that big time.
Mm-hmm. I
For
love
me,
that head sculpt.
For me, I fell in love. I've always loved skeletons. And I fell in love with Scapular because of the lore, because of his unique head sculpt from the 1.0 wave. I knew a skeleton was going to be my favorite. And immediately I went right to Scapular.
Mm-hmm.
And then looking at the comic book gives us it's not canon, but the comic book is what I based my Scapular's personality in the comic book, where he's very sarcastic but brutal, is what I based Scapular's personality on in my story, Rise of my story that I wrote for Scapular, Red Sun Rising.
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys have not read that story, you can go to the Cabal to where they have the features, the stories, and you can read that. It's not a huge read. It's a short story, but it'll take you a little bit to get through it. I think I have, 20 chapters. I can't remember how many. It's been so long. Once I retire here in 6 months, I'm going to revisit it. But take a look at that, everybody. I think you will get a kick out of reading that story because it really looks into the origins of Scapular before we actually got the lore, the official lore.
Yeah.
But I've loved this figure, and since I've been into the line, my love for the figure has grown to where I found him becoming my favorite IP character. I like him better than Han Solo.
Wow.
I like him better than Boba Fett. I like him better than Optimus Prime, Soundwave. Wow. I like him better than Merman, Skeletor. So and then for them to do what they did for me at G-Con 2 years ago was just amazing.
Yeah.
Just amazing. And I've said this before on my show. I've said it on other people's show. I cannot thank Jeremy Gerard enough. Jeremy Gerard was the force behind doing that. And the studio jumped on board with that. Eric jumped on board with that right away. I cannot thank Jeremy Gerard. I cannot thank Four Horsemen Studios enough for thinking about me and making me a part of my favorite IP character. So for people who don't know what happened, Brad and I were called up at the Rising Suns G-Con, and we were both given tribute figures. So surprised us, but they not only gave me a tribute figure, they made me part of one of the most important characters in this IP. And it's very emotional, especially I'm still going through a hard time just trying to get rid of the badge. I've been working so hard the last 3 years to get rid of the badge. And for them to do that for me with everything I've been going through just meant the world. And I cannot, no matter how much I tell Jeremy thank you, no matter how much I tell the studio thank you, it will never be enough. Because they truly blessed me when they gave me that tribute figure. And we're a couple months from getting it in hand. Thank you so much, Four Horsemen Studios, from the bottom of my heart. And I truly hope that you guys understand how much that figure meant.
I think they do. It
meant the world.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
What an honor.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
No, thank you for sharing that.
we got a version 2 of Scapular.
Yes.
And it was amazing.
It's perfect.
What an upgrade.
Yeah.
What an upgrade from what we got. And what we got was just amazing. So one thing that I noticed on the new one is they kept on talking, or the studio kept on, or Eric kept on saying, I want Scapular to be able to carry everything. He's a master of all weapons. I want him to have this, every weapon on him, and he did it.
I love it.
Just looks fantastic. This figure right here with Atlas, with Sir Gideon, with Attila, with Gorgo, shows us the potential of the version 2s.
Look at that belt. Look at that.
Yeah.
Just all the gear.
Yeah. I mean, just loaded. And what character has a blowgun?
Right.
And the shield. Look at the shield. Oh, beautiful.
I think Eric really loved this creation. I think he loved the original design. So to make, I mean, look at the neck piece. To make a version 2, he just went over the top in a good way, just making it 800 times better than the original.
Yeah.
Man.
God. Yeah. And I want to sit down with Eric and just go through Scapular's armor.
Look at that.
I want to sit, yes, right here. And this is where people new to watching the show, this is where they made me a part of Scapular's story, IP. Because my tribute figure is part of the Scapular version 2. I am literally Scapular in disguise. And that is so cool. Look how cool that figure is.
Super cool.
Look at the mask. The mask is amazing. And I want to show you guys something. I can show you guys right here. I'll have to come over here. But talk about a mask. How about this bad boy?
Whoa.
Look at that. So this is Amir Casper. This is Scapular's alter ego. Wow. So he can stay within the shadows. This right here, do you know where this came from?
I don't. No.
Oh, okay. I'm going to have you guess. Who are one of the best cosplayers in our community?
Simple Tricks and Nonsense.
Simple Tricks and Nonsense.
Absolutely.
Yeah, John reached out to me and asked me, he said, I'm going to sell the mirror costume. Would you like to buy it? And I said, sold. So I got it off of him last G-Con. Last Legion's Con. And it sits up on my shelf.
Wow.
I have it up there and it just looks amazing. And it's a one of one. I can't thank Simple Tricks and Nonsense enough for this. Yeah. Wow. So
that's super cool. I didn't know that. I didn't know that he made that, and I didn't know that you had it. That's fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Oh, just beautiful. I want to put it up here so I don't sit on it.
Yeah, don't do that.
Set it on the couch. Next, we'll move on from Scapular. Definitely my favorite character. We're going to skip the Legion Builder right here. Okay, so Thord Ironjaw. Thord will be the first dwarf they make.
Okay.
I can say that officially, definitively, from what I know from the studio. Now, granted, I don't know anything, but how I know the studio, how they work, I would say this one will be our first dwarf version 2. He is very important to the lore. He has never had a release in All Stars. And for his importance, he needs that upgrade very badly.
Yeah.
Very badly.
Yeah.
Greg, what do you think? Do you think is there another dwarf that deserves it more than him?
I just want to see more dwarves. I love I was just talking to a friend and he said that he likes the dwarves without the helmets. And I like the helmets. He likes them to see their cheeks and their nose and their eyes and stuff. And I'm impartial. I like the big burly beards. Silver dwarf is my favorite dwarf. Cavern dwarf version 1 is my second favorite. So I am happy to see more dwarves. If it's Thord, I will be there. If it's Darund, I'll be there. If it's Halmir, I'll be there. So I'm all for more dwarves in the line. That's all I got to say about that.
Nice. Tibius.
Yes.
I think they will keep him just the way he is. I don't think doesn't mean they won't go back to him at some point in time, but I don't see right now them going down. There's a skeleton right now that isn't a major player in the lore like Tibius that needs desperately a upgrade. So I think at this point, other than Tibius changing out a soft good at some point, he does. I don't think he's going to be on their radar at all.
Yeah,
he had.
He's not right now.
Yeah, he had the version 2 or the All-Star release. Urku, I consider more of a Legion builder,
right?
Even though he has the paint apps. So I don't think they're going to do any non-named characters.
Yeah, I agree.
He is definitely the Urku are the group of orcs.
Okay.
Or a group of orcs. Now, Ursok, we just were about to get him in hand. Once again, what an upgrade.
Yeah.
He is huge with the lore. So he has the first factor. He's never had a All-Stars release, so he has the second factor. The third factor is hell yes, he needed the upgrade for his importance. Just look at the difference between the shields. And so he had all three of the factors and they gave it to him. I messaged Jeremy and I put on his live stream, that we're going to get Ursok with Otho. Now, of course, he didn't tell me, but I kind of made the call and it happened. And if you're going to have Otho, you got to have his counterpart, the anti-Otho. And that's Ursok. Yep. Look at that. Oh, my. So right there, that picture right there, Smurb, that shows you right there. If there's a picture that shows you the potential of the version 2s.
100%. Yeah.
Wow.
Totally agree. 100%.
Wow.
They made the right choice for sure. What about Vitus?
Vetus, yes. Vetus. We don't have a source up yet, Source Horseman. But Vetus, absolutely. And this is why I say he is basically the head of the Mercurians. They haven't brought out a lot of Mercurians. Of course, in the armory, we're going to have Mercurian love. But Vetus, even though he did have an All-Stars release, the lead Mercurian, I believe, is important enough to warrant that version 2. Just to get that, just to envision what a head Mercurian would look like, what a Mercurian boss would look like.
I do like his colors.
Yes, and I'm gonna throw it out there. I think he's a shoe-in. I think not only could he, I think they will.
Okay.
I think they will. I've had like 2 or 3 or 4 of those so far.
What I'm doing is I'm writing down all of your predictions, and then we will at some point give them a 1, 2, 3.
Nice.
1 being the more sooner of the production.
No, can't wait.
Yeah,
can't wait for that. Now we've already got Vorgus Vermilius, and that was at Legion's Con debut figure.
Legion's Con, right?
Legion's Con debut figure, and this is one that I will say that I like the version 1 better than the version 2. And hear me out here. I know people are going to say, "What did he just say? What did he say?" The paint.
Yes.
The paint, the blood armor on V1 is so much better than V2.
Yeah. It looks richer.
It does. Yeah. It looks like something got cut.
Yeah.
It just looks so much better.
Bathed in blood.
Yeah. Now, obviously, Vorgus is Gorgo Aether Blade sculpt-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, his version 2 is Gorgo's version 2.
Mm-hmm.
So the sculpt is amazing on version 2. The paint is really the only thing that if they could have got the paint the same, that figure would be absolute fire.
Yeah.
But this is going to be one where I say version 1's better.
Yeah.
Because of that. Because
I'm with you. I think the cape is the only thing that they should have redone.
Well, and I will go as far as that is one cape I don't care for. And
the new one?
Yeah, the new one is so big. It has the tendrils on it.
It does.
I would be over the moon for that cape if they had the right gauge wire in there to really make it flow.
Yeah.
So you're not going to see me down V2s too often here, but this is one I'm going to say the version 1 is better.
Okay.
Now, going on to our last wave 1, Mythic Legions 1.0 wave, Zazar. Yes, I do believe the studio is going to consider him for a upgrade simply because what I said with Azar.
Right.
They're very important to the lore. They are as a Hazar split. And the armor they have on, the weapons they have on, really doesn't scream demon, does it?
No.
To me.
No, I like the cloven hooves, but that's about it to me.
Yes. They really, I mean, imagine on a version 2 of Azar and Zazar. Imagine what they can do tattoo-wise now.
Yes. Absolutely.
Imagine what they can do for demons now.
Yes.
Outfits for them. And weapon-wise, they shouldn't have a sword. They shouldn't have a spear. They should have, these demons should have like a scepter. These demons should have like a scimitar. Stuff like that.
Right.
At least that's what's in my brain.
Yeah.
And I'm with you. I just don't see a studio looking at those two figures saying, they don't need a V2.
Yeah.
Can't see.
Yeah. I think he would love to go back and add much more to these, because I'm sure he envisioned something, and this might, scratch the surface, but I'm sure that given the opportunity with all the parts, he would definitely give us something way different and way more improved. for
And
version 2.
for Azar and Zazar, imagine the new head sculpt.
Right.
What they could do with a new demon head sculpt.
Well, I think with Azazar, that was kind of, he gave us a glimpse of what he really wanted to do with Azar and Zazar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a
I mean, that figure is amazing.
Yep.
So I think we could definitely benefit from version 2s of both of those.
Well, that gets us through Mythic Legions 1.0. The next wave is Aetheron's Dozen.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be relatively quick for me.
Okay.
And we can skip everybody. Obviously, they're not going to redo the birds. I truly believe that. But they are going to make the big boy himself.
Yes.
They've already confirmed it. Aetheron will be made into version 2. They've already said it. Imagine what they can do with him.
What a gorgeous figure this is, though.
What the new bird body will look like.
Yeah. This figure by itself is amazing.
Yep.
This is a pricey figure, too. I rarely, if ever, see it for sale.
Yeah.
I don't have this one. Definitely super cool figure. But yeah, I can imagine. I can't wait. And they, like you said, they already announced it. I just can't wait to see, what scale, what, armor, what they're doing, the head sculpt, what they're going to do with this.
Now,
I'm very excited.
Greg, I do see once they make that new bird body, I don't see them going back and making version 2s of Aetheron's Dozen.
No.
But I do see them going back, or not going back, but making other birds in the new lore, in new waves.
Yes, I could see that. Like a new species.
Yeah, well, not only, but using those parts, that new buck. So in other words, what I'm saying is, if you go back to the Aetheron's Dozen page, we aren't going to see these characters anymore. They're not going to do V2s of these. Right. But we might see bird characters in future waves.
Yes.
Yeah. Based on the new parts.
I agree.
Yeah.
What did you think when you saw this wave?
Well, I got into the line after this wave was out.
Okay.
And I got into the line basically right after this wave. Did you know this wave was on Big Bad Toy Store for like $200?
No, did not know that.
$230 or something like that, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
The whole wave.
Wow.
It was crazy. And I'm like, oh my God, would that not have been so freaking cool to know about Legions at that point?
Right.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So I have all the birds. I have every figure in Mythic Legions, and the birds are amazing figures. They really
can imagine.
Yep. They really are.
I can imagine.
The next wave we're going to go to is the 1.5 wave.
Okay.
Now, the 1.5 wave, this one's going to be relatively quick, too, because your two trolls here have already got technically a version 2, even though it's just the heads repainted. But they're not going to go back and make these trolls again. If they go back and revisit the trolls, you're going to see the fire troll.
Right.
You're going to see the swamp troll. Okay. And you're going to see other trolls moving forward. I would have to say the fire troll would be the next troll you see.
Okay.
So the forest troll and the stone troll, no way in heck will they make a Legacies figure out of them for that reason. Ilgar, I don't see it at all.
Yeah.
I just do not see it at all. He got a version 2. He's not that important to the lore. And he looks, I would have to say, he looks pretty good the way he is, especially with the bones that look like they are coming right up out of the grave.
Yeah.
So I would say no, they won't even be thinking about Ilgard. Look at that photo from Trevor.
Yeah.
Is that not a badass photo?
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Wow, hats off, Trevor Williams.
Yeah, he's the man for sure.
So going on to Pixis, would I like a version 2 of him? Oh yeah. Do I think the studio has their eye on him? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
I don't see it.
I think they would rather do a version 2 of Vetus.
Yeah.
Yep. I just don't see it happening. We've never got Pixis in All-Stars. He's not that important to the lore. Pixel Dan, if I see you again, don't hit me for that. But he's in my top 5, Pixel Dan, just to let you know.
Yeah.
Yes, I love Pixis. But no, I can't see them having him down as their version 2. Now, could he win a fan vote eventually if they do have those? That would be cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, I like the blue. Definitely like the blue.
Yeah. Sir Godfrey, no.
Yeah, I don't see that.
No and no. And here's why. He's not that important to the lore, even though he's the head Templar. They've got other Templars that show off the newer armor.
Yeah.
They got other Templars that are really showing where they're going with that.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see it. I don't see him being on their radar. Now,
and he's got a classic look too already.
Yeah. Well, and once again, we harken back to the fact that we need characters with the older armor on them also. So I don't see it. I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I agree.
With him.
I agree. Yeah.
And then we go to Unkin. Now, no, I don't see them doing an upgrade on Unkin. Even though they said we can do Man-at-Arms again in a tribute figure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they could basically do a version 2 of Unkin because they said they could do that.
Yeah.
But I don't think in this particular character that they would do a version 2. If they would do Man-at-Arms again, they would go a different spin on it. He won't be an orc. He would probably be more of a human character, and all that. I could see them going that way. So I'm definitely, and this, I don't see them having Unkin on their radar at all. And this figure goes for probably 800 to 1,000.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I would love it, but not that much, not that badly.
I don't see that happening. So I guess 1.5 wave is a big 0 for the V2s or V2s.
Okay.
Now we're moving into Covenant of Shadow. Now, Covenant of Shadow is a difficult one, Greg, because these characters are important, whether we want to think so or not. The Covenant of Shadow in the book, Jeremy Gerard has alluded to this, is very important to this arc of the story.
Mm-hmm.
The Covenant is where all these 4 characters these shadow characters come together to discuss and bring in a pact to bring all 4 of the dark 4 back into the world of mythos. Very important. Very important. As we see, we already got Baron Vollingar's version 2. Now, what makes Baron Vollingar so unique is his version 2 isn't necessarily an upgrade of this V1.
Mm-hmm.
It is a totally new look for him.
Totally different look. Yeah.
It is his ceremonial armor.
Right.
And him and Artemis Silvercord are unique in that way.
Mm-hmm.
Very unique in that way.
Yes, I agree.
And they were the very first version 2s. So it's kind of neat how the very first version 2s, Baron Volungar and Artemis Silvercord, were not necessarily upgrades on the looks of the old figures, but different outfits.
Completely different outfits. Yeah.
For them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kador, I do not think we will get a version 2. I don't think he's that important to the lore.
Right.
He's definitely important to the Colosseum. But I think he looks good the way he is, where he takes those old knight parts and the barbarian look and molds it together.
Yeah.
And so, no, I don't think he'll be on their V2 hit list at all.
Okay.
Gorthok. Now, Gorthok's interesting. Gorthok's very important to the lore because he's in the Covenant of Shadow.
Mm-hmm.
He has had an All-Stars 2, so that kind of goes against him. I don't think he needs an upgrade.
No.
I really don't. Look at him.
Yeah.
I think this is one of the figures that they hit a home run on.
Yeah. He is pretty perfect.
Yeah. The dark skin, the pink splashes.
I love that. Yeah. I love that. Just
the older armor.
Originality. Yeah.
Yeah, because you got to remember, he is a shadow orc. They are underground.
Yeah.
I just think they hit a home run with the figure, and doesn't mean that they won't eventually, but I don't think he'll be on their radar at all.
Not right now. There's a bunch of other figures I could see them doing before him. Not to say I wouldn't mind seeing it, but yeah. But no, he's an awesome figure for sure.
Yeah. Of course, the builder sets, which the Knight Builder set or the Legion Builders, we've already ixnayed off. They're not going to do that. In fact, well, I mean, they technically did come out with a version 2 of him in the Ashes of Egbendor.
Mm-hmm.
So now the next one, Smurb. Yes. This was the skeleton I was talking to you about, Smurb.
Okay.
This is a necromancer. This is a wizard. This is a magic user. Does this look like a magic user to you?
No.
No. He is in desperate need of a version 2.
Yeah, he is.
With some soft goods.
Yeah, he needs some love for sure.
He does. You know, he had the All-Stars release that goes against him, but he has Factor 1. He's very important in the lore because he's part of the Covenant, and he needs that upgrade. Listen, no one can argue with the fact that the pre-magical Legions figures, before they came out with the Poxus wave, they all need upgrades. They absolutely need upgrades.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, he just looks like an armored skeleton, really.
Right.
You know, even though he's the poison color. So yes, I can see him being on their radar.
I agree.
He's not one of the ones that I say, yes, they're going to do that. He's definitely on the radar.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely. We got Silvercorn Century as a All-Stars release in the reinforcement wave 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's not a named character. We won't ever see him as a version 2. The Templar Knight isn't a named character. We will never see him as a version 2. Torion, yes. Okay, and I say Torion, he's part of the Covenant of Shadow. He's important to the lore. Hits the first factor.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't hit the second factor. He's already had an all-star release. Is the third factor, does he need an upgrade sorely? Absolutely.
Yes.
He needs to be brute scale, like Asterion.
Yes, absolutely.
Right there, that's the factor that I believe he's really on their radar.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know how well the 2 figures sold, though. So do you think that's a factor for them? Do you think they consider what sold well and what didn't?
I think Asterion, for way back in the 1.0 wave, remember, a lot of people didn't know about the line back then, but I want to say he sold pretty darn well.
Okay.
Everybody loved him. That's why he hit All-Stars 1, because half the wave was, Scapular, Sir Gideon, Asterion. They sold really well, but everybody wanted them. The new people getting into the line. That's why they made them. While the other ones, they didn't sell well. Yeah. And that's why they put them in. He's got to, just because of the brute scale, be on their radar for version 2. And that takes us through Covenant of Shadow. And that brings us, buddy, to AOD, Advent of Decay. And let me tell you something, Schmerb.
Yeah, man.
What a great freaking name for a wave. Think about
for
it.
Sure.
Advent of Decay. So basically, you're ushering in decay. You're ushering in the darkness. What a good wave. And, of course, this is the wave we got that introduced the new parts. Mm-hmm. This is the wave we got that introduced the females. And I know you. I know Trevor. Mm-hmm. You guys are huge female fans.
Absolutely.
But what people don't understand is this is also the wave that the Kickstarter made over $1 million or close to $1 million. And they kept on having to put stretch goals out there. Mm-hmm. So every one of these figures are jammed, packed, full of heads, of weapons.
Right.
That's why these are older figures, but when you get them, you're kind of like, oh my God, look at the value here.
Right.
So
let's take a break here. Let's call this part 1.
Okay.
YouTube will only let me go to 2 hours before I have to actually edit it.
Okay.
So let's call this part 1, and then we will start part 2 with Advent of Decay.
Nice.
Thank you guys for watching, and we will catch you next week as we pick up part 2 of Michael Casper Legacies version 2 talk. Thank you guys.
Be safe, everybody.
Remember, friends, to always have fun, be curious, share, and enjoy what this line has to offer. Come for the toys, but stay for the friends. Good night, and thank you very much.